Ephesians 4:26-27 states, "Do not let the sun go down on your wrath, nor give place to the devil." People give in to anger at all times, but what do we do to that kind of anger that leaves destruction in its wake? My name is Chima, and today on Catholic Faith Forum, we will be discussing the pertinent issue of anger management. When we come back from this short break, we'll be meeting our guests and be diving right into the discussion. Don't change that down. Welcome back to the show. This remains Catholic Faith Forum with me, Chima, and today we are discussing anger management with a guest. She is a counseling psychologist with over a decade of experience under her belt, and she's also very involved with works of the Archdiocese of Lagos. Dr. Mrs. Celine Njoku, you are welcome, ma.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to grace our show once again.
You're welcome.
All right, ma. So today we're talking anger management, and we would like you to start by defining what anger management is, ma.
Thank you very much. Anger is a state of emotion. Anger is also a God-given emotion. If it is a God-given emotion, it means it is accepted, only that most times we abuse it. And anger is one of the human passions, which is right on itself. But when it is not well managed, then it can be scraped up or it can be controlled. In short, anger is not supposed to be controlled, except when it is destructive. God himself is God of anger. In some Catholic dictionary, they call it wrath, God's wrath. They don't call it God's anger, according to Scott Hahn's Catholic dictionary. So God's wrath is accepted and is fixed. Because it's fixed, they call it divine expectation. And it is also on that during the time of the Israelites and to all of us now. If anything, God says that it has to be like this, and it is not like that. And if you do it, like idolatry, unbelief, unfaithfulness, God will just strike. We just strike immediately. And that strike of God or wrath is what we call anger of God. And if God, the undesigned designer, our own undesigned designer, unmoved mover, unsourced source, is God of anger, then we, the fallout, made in his image and likeness, we can also express, suppress anger. But at what level? That is why management comes in. But in the case of God's anger, it cannot be managed because he is everything. Thank you.
Okay, ma. So for us human beings, what are some of the causes of anger? Because like you've mentioned, you've talked about what can get God angry. So what are some of the causes of anger for us human beings?
Well, we mortals, frail, with impunities, with flesh. Because of this flesh, that's why we are not exactly like God. This flesh. Is this flesh that will make me to tell you, do you know who I am? I'm Dr. Mrs. Celine Njoku. And if you look at me that time, I will strike you. It's the flesh we are respected. Frustration is there. When I'm frustrated, these days you have frustration in matrimonial homes. You have injustices everywhere. So anything that deviates or takes us off from God is not normal. So injustice, frustration, threats, hurt, and learning.
Learning.
Our children are learning. They are learning all these things. Abnormal now becomes normal. So these are the things that can lead to anger.
Some people also don't know why they are angry. Can you give an explanation as to why this is so? Because some people express anger, and then when they are asked, they tell us or they give the excuse that they don't know why they are angry. So why is this so?
Oh, basic. Most of them don't know. You know, anger is an emotion. Emotion is divided into two: positive emotion, negative emotion. They don't know. And you need to have pity on them. Let's go back to stroke of bat. Stroke of bat. Assuming now you go into a family to marry the ninth girl. The mother delivered first girl, second girl, third girl. In psychology, we call it stroke of bat. And this girl, before the mother delivered her, the mother has been expecting to have a baby boy. So all of a sudden, a baby girl comes up. And when the woman was incubating this pregnancy, the woman was longing, oh God, if it's going to be a baby boy, wow, I will give thanksgiving. And if it's going to be a baby girl, sighing. And immediately the woman lands and they say it's a baby girl. The woman sighs. So this your wife now, oh, my wife, take this $500,000 for this weekend. You see anger. You start wondering, I supply everything, I do everything. Why are you annoyed? I don't know, honey. I'm always annoyed. Stroke of bat. She may not be responsible, but because of what happened during the incubation and the environment could lead to that not knowing. And another thing why people don't know they are annoyed is because of the level of tension now. Many people are psychotic.
True.
The little small thing, they are annoyed. You go into the bus, you just say ordinary shift. The person wants to read, the person starts raging.
People are saying in Lagos.
Good, everybody. Not only in Lagos, everywhere in Nigeria. So you can see, they are mad, but they don't know that they are mad. What do we need? Lord have mercy.
So, Ma, following from your stroke of bat example, when someone acts out in anger and probably hurts a loved one, what kind of steps can they take to prevent it from happening in the future?
Well, thank you very much. We are Catholics. We are Catholic. The Bible teaches that you have to overcome anger, even in marriages. One of the virtues is to overcome anger. Learn how to overcome anger, step by step. Like my son now in the house. I am trying to tame him, to bring him down, because he's not going to get a wife like me. And if he doesn't get a wife like me, what happens? So I make him to endure and to lower his expectations. You know, what I'm saying is Bible. You know, when the day my husband, we are going to be 30 May this year.
Congratulations.
May 20, we are going to be 30 in marriage. So that day, the Reverend Father asks, are you ready to bring up these children in the way God will like? That's what I'm looking at. So I will call him, I will say, Kelechi, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Your expectations may not be met. So are you going to rage? Are you going to have anger? You will die, or the other one will kill you. One, biblical teaching. We need to teach these children. Indirectly, you need to teach your spouse too. Spouses, teach one another. Teach people at the bus stop. This thing Dominican priests, they are organizing now, is evangelism. Evangelism is not, turn your ways, God is coming. No. Some of these things, they can help to change one another. Biblical teaching. Another one is endurance. In the year 2016 or 17, there was Year of Family. And I was in the Adolescent Planning Committee during Christmas. That lesson, I will never forget it. We need to control our anger, because what is coming beyond that anger is the way of God. A madman came in at the cathedral. Others called, doctor, tell that madman to go back. That was Christmas time. The madman said, no, madam, please wait, I want to go to the Blessed Sacrament. A madman, a young madman, please wait, I want to go to the Blessed Sacrament. I was annoyed, but because of my counseling, my profession, I waited. I led him in. He went to the Blessed Sacrament at the left side. He said, God, me I dey mad. You can see endurance. People were inside, but they have not started mass. God, me I dey mad. Please heal me. I don't want to be mad again. He dipped his hand inside the pocket, brought out 10 naira. No, God, I don't want to give you this. Dip his hand again. I want the whole world to hear this. Because you will see big men in the church, they will give 20 naira in the offering. He brought out 20 naira and said, God, no, I don't want to give you this. Heal me. He brought out 50 naira. I said, God, no. He brought out 100 naira. I said, good God. He brought out 200 naira. I said, God, please take this. Now it be the big money, the biggest money where I get. Take this and heal me. Merry Christmas. God bless you. He left. He bowed and left. So we need to teach our people how to control this anger. A little bit respect. Respect one another. You see, our problems are coming from flesh. The moment you fixate at the flesh level, you will look big. But the moment you fixate at the soul level, where we look like God, the providence, you see that everybody is the same. Self-respect, self-esteem. Many people are annoyed. The other person is bigger. Oh, that lady. Oh, my God. She's better than me. Hey, what I'm wearing, I'm looking inferior. Self-esteem. You teach them. Most of all, assertiveness. Wonderful. We are not assertive at all. You see, there are 3 categories of assertiveness. Assertiveness, unassertiveness, over-assertiveness. Because of tension in the country now, anger level has made everybody to go to the over-assertiveness. Over-assertiveness has a twin brother, aggressiveness, and lead to madness. Then the second one, unassertiveness. We don't have rights again. Everybody is just moving as if we are sheep without shepherd. But the best is assertiveness. Sorry, thank you, excuse me. Teach them. With that, you will not be annoyed. You appreciate one another. Oh, you look fine, this young man. I like the way you dress. By saying it, you've removed anger. So this anger is coming within. I told you God is God of anger. But his own is a disciplined one. So, 1, self-control, assertiveness, respect for one another, biblical teaching, humility. And then evaluate yourself at the end of the day. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that particular story. So, from your years of experience, I'm sure you've come across other people's brushes with anger. So, is it? Can you share anyone with us so that we can learn from it now?
You mean from my counseling?
From your years of experience as a counseling psychologist, I'm sure you've come across certain people and their brushes with anger. So can you share with us some of the, or any of the experiences you've had?
Quite a lot. In short, if not this my profession, I don't know, maybe I would have been in the animal kingdom, wallowing just aimlessly like that. It helps to shape me. 1, I look at everybody as being correct. I counsel in Holy Family Medical Center every Tuesday, 4 to 6 p.m. And I met a lady. By 4 p.m., she sat down like this, ruminating, thinking, pretending to be watching TV. And I say, hello, sister, can I help you? I passed through her again. I say, sister, please, can I help you? Ulushi. I whispered into her ears, I'm a counseling psychologist. She looked at me, weighed me, looked at my slippers or my shoes, everything. I entered the office consulting room. Then she later entered. She said, sister, it be like saying that I can't see you. I said, what is that? Blah, 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 blah. At the end, she needed the services of a counseling psychologist. She just miscarried after 7 years expectation. So she needed somebody. That's 1. Secondly, anger. There was a man, do not envy anybody. A man, in first tag, I have to say it because we have to state the obvious. This man, they live in glass house with the wife. The man cooks on his own, the wife cooks on her own, and they are Catholics. Wow. They attend morning masses. I'm saying it so that we will change some of these ideologies. So the husband came to me and said, please, I want to reconcile with my wife. I said, give me the details. She gave me the details. I called the woman. I said, do you know any priest that was in Holy Family before, not there now? He said yes. I called her. I said, Madam, please, so Reverend Father gave me your number. He said, who are you? I said, I'm Dr. Mrs. Celine Njoku. He said, what do you want me to do with me? I said, the priest said I should see you. Can I come to your house? Please, bang this thing, nonsense. I don't have time for you. Anger. In psychology, it's expected. We call it catharsis. At a level where your client or your counselee will rise up, challenge you, insult you. It's part of the system. Even priests, anyone, you have job hazards. So I continue to cajole the woman. Anytime I have free recharge card, I will call. After almost 7 months, one evening like this, around 7 p.m., the woman landed in my house. Are you Dr. Mrs. Njoku? I say, yes, ma'am. I said, Madam, I've never met you. Father said I should see you. Madam, please, can you give me your husband's phone number? Remember, I have been on with the husband. He said, why? I said, Madam, I don't want you to die. I'm sure you have one of these terminal diseases. How are you feeling? Father said, Father is no longer in the country, so you may not get his line. He said, my sister, I've heard you. But is my husband ready to reconcile? I say, yes. At the end, through the power of the Holy Spirit, they reconciled. They now cook together. The woman now cooks, and everything has come back to normalcy. So that's anger. You'll be meeting anger at every level. Is it in my marital home? My husband! Hey, woman! When I remember who I am, a marriage counselor, a counseling psychologist, I've made a name. If I respect this anger, which is flesh, I will lose out. I will go local. Now, Uncle Chid, I am sorry, sir. Do you know why I'm saying I'm sorry, sir? What I have in me. 2 days ago, a young lady under 5 years, called me. Excuse me, ma, I want to quit the marriage. I said, nonsense. You can see anger. My husband did this. My husband is a bad man. My husband is the worst. So you can see anger is moving from one human institution, educational institution, economic institution, political institution, religious institution, and finally, the one that God came down and put his hand, marriage and family institution. So if there is no anger, look at this ASU strike, all this economic, this political, it's anger. The anger level is very high. If we can come in a little bit, Nigeria-wide, they are better than us animals. Yeah, there is if you see lion being romantic, you will marvel. But in human kingdom, may God have mercy on us.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ma. It has been a very riveting discussion, but we would like to take opinions from the streets because we interviewed people to see what they have to say about this topic. When we come back, we'll be assessing these opinions and more. Stay with us, don't go anywhere.
Yet another season of Catholic Faith Forum. I am here at St. Dominic's Catholic Church to get the opinion of people. Please join me. What is that one thing someone can do to make you very angry?
Touching my daughter.
Touching, like, okay, if I touch her cheek?
No.
What do you mean?
No. All this going around the world because she is my pride. This is what I have for now. So like child abuse, I can do anything.
Okay, I think I've experienced that before. Talking too much and preying on my weaknesses.
Okay.
Yes. When you know them and I know you know, and and you just want to use it against me.
I really don't get angry easily. Basically, I am known as a very, very random, funny, weird guy. I don't really get angry, but there are a few things that get me pissed off. I don't like lies. I don't like lies. That's number one. It comes with every other thing, so I just don't like lies.
One thing I have discovered that gets me really angry is if you make me feel stupid, in quotes, for being good. So a person can come and slap me now and I will not really get angry. But when I'm trying to do the right thing or I'm trying to do something good and you make me feel stupid for it by probably not appreciating it or downplaying it in a way, I think I find that very upsetting.
I'm a kind of hot-tempered person. I don't like people who get me pissed off, such as talking too much. I don't like people who talk too much, actually. That is it. It's one of the things that actually motivates my trait anger in me.
I'm really not so quick to anger, so I can't really say that there's a particular thing. But I do know that I get, will I say, angry easily when I'm hungry, funny enough. Yes, it's very funny, yeah. So I can just, get angry over any silly thing. Yes, once I'm hungry. So I try as much as possible not to be in that state. But right now, I am honestly hungry.
Woo! There are really many things. So, but the first thing is when they're like condemning my faith, I really hate it. Back then in school, when those Muslims would like condemn the Catholic faith that you're doing this, or even other Christians condemning it, it's really, really annoying. It's one thing that can really piss me off.
I think the first thing that will make me very angry is insulting my mom. Yes, that's like the very first thing I know that can put me, because I don't joke with my parents. So that's like, I think one thing that's going to make me very angry. Then every other thing I can just overlook it. Depends on the mood, but it just depends on the mood anyway. Sometimes even little things could make me angry, but it just depends on the mood.
When I see someone taking advantage of helpless people, like people who can't help themselves, who can't defend themselves, it really pisses me off.
Welcome back to Catholic Faith Forum. We're discussing anger management today. If you're just joining us, we just took some opinions from the streets. So, Doctor, you've seen the opinions from the streets. What do you think? Do you think people know how to manage their anger properly from what you've seen?
No, they don't know how to manage it, and the situation and the environment is not helping at all. You can see anger. There are many types of human anger. Anger is normal. Anger is sinful. Anger can be distorted. Anger can also lead to worse situations like diseases. They don't know, and they need to know. Awareness comes in now. So if they can have something like Jigo, how many of them will watch this TV? They are not ready, because while they are watching the TV will not bring out money. Everything now is money, 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 money. If somebody can sit down and watch this a little bit, you remove the cloak of anger and wear the cloak of happiness. They are not ready. So awareness becomes one thing. Because the end point of anger, see, some of these organs, you will see a young lady not married, you will see veins, anger. Where is the breast? Alveoli cells, the mammary gland, they are drying up. Pituitary gland is disturbed. So there will be no flow of pancreas, there will be no flow of gonad to androgen hormone, gonad to estrogen hormone. Anger leads to fear. Fear leads to depression. Go to psychiatric hospital now, Yaba. Many of them are psychotic. Anger. I looked at my husband's phone. I saw a lady called midnight. I ran to nonsense. A lady is a human being. You look at your husband's profession. Is it a human profession, social profession? If it's a social profession, then he must have business associates. Because you saw a woman's number, your husband chatted with a woman. From that time, anger. Go and take your food. Go and prepare Indomie by yourself. You now no longer take care of your children. You no longer take care of your home. You no longer take care of yourself and radiate. Well, may God help us. Look at Mother Mary. She has all the reasons to be annoyed with her Creator. She never did. Look at all those people. Even Jesus Christ. That time, he screamed, Father! Was enough to say, Father, God will punish you. I am disappointed. He never did. All these things must come and go. There is no way we will not pass through sorrowful misery in life. In marriage, you must pass through joyous, glorious, sorrowful illumination. But if you now want to remove sorrowful, it's incomplete. So one, why are you annoyed that you are cooking without meat? Tomorrow is another day. Why are you annoyed that you did not buy your shoe at the boutique? The same shoe, you can get it at Tojo or Alabasuru. Cheap. Why are you annoyed? Second hand is there. Why are you annoyed? Many things are there. Crayfish is there to be bought. Why are you annoyed that the other person is over there? That person over there today may come down. You will be there. There is no staticism in life, no absolutism in life. This one goes, the other one comes, except God and His word that remains static. So if we are aware of all these things, no room for anger. No room for anger. Look at this flesh. Decays, moves. According to Heraclitus, a philosopher, nothing is permanent. Dip your leg inside the moving river. Remove it. It sweeps off. Change continues like that. I may not reach my house today. I may end up in morgue. If it is like that, so be it. But we're not thinking about that. Hey, I must suffer. Forbid. Catholics, we don't do God forbid. If it is designed, it's designed by undesigner. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right, Ma. So, we are Catholics, yes, and a lot of people, maybe due to the fact that they cannot assess people like you in your profession, go to the priest and confess the sin of anger to them. So, what kind of advice will you give to priests to be able to assist these types of people when they come with them with anger problems? Apart from the spiritual aspects, yeah.
Thank you. In short, we need to go to confession for anger. And you find out that some of us, anger is always recurring like a decimal. And how many will priests manage? It's something like this. This show, Catholic Faith Forum. That's number one. Two, parishes can organize anger. Like last year, CMO, our deanery, first time deanery, they invited me with Father Light. Father Light was the first speaker. I was the second speaker on anger. For men. Oh my God. I liked what I got. At the end, men were asking all these questions. My wife, I don't like what my wife does with my children. My children, they are always disturbing me. Then I now say, sir, why is it that when you people come in, children hide under the bed, under the table? All of them started scratching their heads. Face is the index of the mind, which means it was true. Anger. Our men, their anger level. You carry your pillow to go and sit in the city, sleep in the sitting room because the baby is disturbing. You now shift everything to us. That is anger. One, we need to respect our teaching, Catholic teaching. What does it say? Control your anger. And if your wife is annoyed, help your wife to calm down. And if your husband is annoyed, help your husband to calm down. And if your children are up, listen to them. By so doing, everything will work out well. But in our society, unfortunately, women don't express their anger. We suppress it. What do we do again? We withdraw. At night, when it's time to exchange calorie, I'm having headache. Withdrawal syndrome. Because we have been suppressing what we have been seeing from the morning. In the olden days, that illiterate man, in the olden days, that illiterate man with 20 wives, we are to sleep with me today, will be coming closer to you. Mosisim, nothing is on the wrapper. Mosisim, from morning till evening, that one is going to sleep with him. But now, because of struggles, there is no intimacy. Anger level is very high. Abnormal babies are coming up. Abnormal children are coming up. Abnormal homes are coming up. Let us go back to Catholic teaching. And let us have time for our souls. And look at one another. In the olden days, that man with 20 wives will be looking at them. Mosisim, 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 Mosisim. That is Misisim. And then relate with them. By so doing, everybody will know them. Let me tell you, I gave naval officers a talk one day on anger. One man, close to Admiral, came to me and said, Madam, that is my problem, anger. Nearly last night, I would have killed my wife. Anger. The thing is that we are not having an inner reflection. Perception, personality, look at whom you are. Close to Admiral. If I kill my wife, what do I gain? Suicide level is very high now. It's anger. Abortion level is very high. Woman, go and abort that thing. Anger. Nobody has time to respect nature. Nobody has time to respect one another. Nobody has time to listen. Finally, I counsel a child, a boy of 12 years old, from a well-known family. The father went to school, the mother went to school. But this boy was not doing well, their first issue. They brought the boy to me. After many counseling sessions, at the end, the boy rose up. Doctor, I can only do well if my dad can one day. No, he started with, I can only do well if my dad can buy small Bible for me. I said, I will buy. No, my daddy will buy it. Secondly, I can only do well in school if my dad can one day, I'm 12 years, if my dad can one day say thank you to me. Thank you. From year 1 to year 12, the boy has been recording it. Once the daddy comes into the house, a big man, others will be coming, daddy, welcome, dad, get out. He will tell the boy. He condemned the boy. Anger. For what? You can see that anger has relegated the boy to 0 level. So anger can do much. I'm sure you are happy, bubbling, all of you. Father is organizing this because they come from homes where there is love. But if it's somebody who comes from where there is anger, does it concern me? If I do this, what are they going to get? Everybody will now be enlightened. Rubbish, I won't do it. Anger, frustration, low self-esteem, bringing other people down. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this riveting discussion, Ma. It's been a pleasure having you on set to talk about anger management. I'm sure you've learned a lot from her experiences and her advice for those of us with anger issues. Now we're going to go over to Judith and Collins for Know Your Faith. Enjoy.
Welcome to Know Your Faith series. I am Judith.
And I am Collins. So today we'll be talking about why we pray for the dead.
We know that the wages of sin is death, as seen in Romans chapter 6 verse 23. But 1 John chapter 5 verse 16 says, not all sins lead to death. Jesus, in speaking about blasphemy, mentioned that blasphemy against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven, either in this world or in the world to come. This we find in Matthew chapter 12 verse 32. He would not say that unless there are some sins that can be forgiven in this world and in the world to come.
According to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, in paragraph 1030, we therefore pray for the dead because there is a possibility that they may still be undergoing the purifications necessary for them to be admitted into heaven, since they have died in friendship with God. Also, in Revelation chapter 21 verse 27, reminds us that nothing impure will enter into heaven.
Of course, purgatory is not an excuse to remain in sin. Rather, it is a teaching of hope for all those who are striving to follow Christ in spirit and in truth, and that God's grace will make up for their shortcomings, since we cannot on our own attain the holiness necessary to be admitted into heaven.
We are reminded in 2 Maccabees chapter 12 verse 45 to pray for your departed ones, pleading for God's mercy over them. Remember that it is a holy and wholesome thought to pray for the dead, which is why we celebrate on November 2nd every year, the All Souls Day.
A recap, it's a holy and wholesome thing to pray for the dead. Some sins can be forgiven even in the world to come, and purgatory is not an excuse to remain in sin.
So with that, guys, we have come to the end of today's edition of Know Your Faith series. Till we meet again,
be bold, be Catholic.
Alright, that's been our show for today, guys. If you have any experience or any suggestion on this topic, you can always send us an email or send us a tweet or a DM to the social media handle showing on your screen. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dominica Media Presents, to catch this episode and past episodes of the show. Until we come your way next time, keep being saints in jeans and shirts.